This is my review of the Cornwall Grand Decameron, Montego Bay, Jamaica. This is my honest opinion of the place. I know everybody has different opinions, different likes. We're all different, but this is based on my thoughts, and I'm hoping that they'll be helpful to you in making a decision on whether to stay here or not. Now the check-in. Our check-in was very fast, but I have to be honest with you, the resort was half full, so I think that plays a very big part in how quickly it moved. But I will say we've stayed on the Montego Decameron side twice, and the check-in was really good, fairly quick both times. Now for the room. The room was, just a basic room. It was a slight upgrade from the Montego Bay side, I thought. Had a closet, had a safe in the room, a couple extra blankets. You'd be surprised we used them. It got a little cool with the AC at night. The bathroom, basic bathroom. The shower was nice, good water pressure, nice and hot. The toilet worked. It was pretty good size. It did have a hair dryer, not that I use it. I don't have nothing to dry. It did have a fridge, and it did have a couple beers and a couple Cokes in it. On a side note, I was told that the Montego Bay side now has refrigerators in every room, which, the times we stayed, they did not. We did have an adjoining room, but we kept it locked. My brother was in there. But we had a 2-bed, well, actually 3 beds, a smaller bed, and then basic, TV, nothing. I think it was 40-inch little table, and then we had a deck, which we had a nice view of the ocean. Sit out there, in the afternoon and in the morning. Right now it's overcast, but if the clouds weren't out, it would look really, really nice. But yeah, it's just a room. You're not going to be in it long. You're either going to be at the pool or the beach, so it's good for what it is. Now in my videos, I like to put the to see if it's handicapped accessible. One thing on the Cornwall side, I believe that it is. For the main pool, there's a ramp that goes right up. If you were to go to the beach, I'm sure with aid you could get there. But wheelchair-wise, it's ramp right up. The other positive thing about the Cornwall side is they do have 2 working elevators. Both worked. Well, one of them didn't work. It was off and on every other day, but the other one did work. And so that, was very helpful. Everything, you can reach all the restaurants, by wheelchair. I believe you could make it into this pool. But so, I am not handicapped, but I always keep an eye out for, people in wheelchairs and stuff like that, just to see. A lot of people that do reviews, they don't say anything about that, but I do. Now the food. They make jerk chicken out on the beach every day around 4, and it was very good. And then as for breakfast, it pretty much had all the breakfast foods you can think of. They even had a mimosa bar. But yeah, it was good. Every morning was good. They did have plenty of bacon. As you can see, they have an omelet station, pancakes, waffles, French toast. One thing I really like about both Decamerons is their bread. It is so good. As you can see, they have plenty of different dry cereals if that's what you want. Different types of milk, strawberry, chocolate, juices. The only thing they didn't have for juice was soursop, but it wasn't the end of the world. Everything else was good. As for dinner and lunch were always good. They had a lot of variety. Very, very, I thought, tasty. And then the snack bar, that was actually pretty good too. They don't call them hot dogs, they're called bad dogs. This was the fish with french fries, which is good. The hamburgers are always good. And this is just the regular bad dog. That's what they call them. but they were good. Everybody there said you have to try the Cornwall jam, so I did. Very tasty. It's got a nice green color. The problem is they put it in a paper cup, but it tasted good, so if you go, definitely try one. They do have a coffee bar on the second floor. We went there almost every night. They have a deck that you can sit out and drink your coffee. It was really nice. Good coffee too. They also have entertainment. They have daily activities, games, nightly shows. They had a magic show one night, which was pretty good, and they had a Bob Marley tribute, which was actually excellent. So there's something every night for you to do. There is a small gift shop, which had souvenirs, everything. In case you didn't want to leave the resort, you can get your souvenirs there. One thing I have to say is I really like Gatorade, and so I went to get a Gatorade and a water there. The Gatorade was only $2 and the bottle of water was $1, which I thought was pretty good for a gift shop. One thing about resorts, usually they're loaded with cats. I'd have to say this one was not. I think I counted 3 cats, and the one you see pictures was very friendly. There is a small gym, but it's on the Montego Bay side, so if you needed a workout, it's a short walk. You just go over there for your workout. They do offer water sports. You can take a kayak or a paddleboard, which I never did, but I've seen a lot of people doing it. The pool and the beach were both very nice. The pool you've seen earlier, the beach is really nice. It's better on the Cornwall side than the Montego side. So my closing thoughts. We had a really good time when we stayed there, which was just a few days ago. But we've been to the Montego Bay side before, and this was our first time at the Cornwall side. One thing is that they were recently bought out by Wyndham, so hopefully, while we were there, they were renovating some of the places. I know for the Montego side, they added refrigerators in every room, which they didn't have that before. If you go in thinking 5-star thoughts, you're probably going to be disappointed. But I mean, if you're looking for an inexpensive place, we thought the food was good every meal. The beach was really nice. The pools were nice. The drinks were good, but the one most important thing about this resort and any resort is the staff. And I have to say, the staff at Cornwall and Montego, they're not really part of the review, but I just had to say it since they're right next to each other, and odds are you're gonna frequent over there. But the staff is unbelievable. I could not believe when we showed up that they remembered us. That was a nice feeling. And if by chance anybody from Wyndham or Royal Decameron's management happens to be watching this video, which I highly doubt that they will, but if you are, you must know it is your staff what brings people back. While I was there, I had spoke to somebody. They were there 27 times. I mean, there was a lot of repeat people coming down from 2 weeks at a whack. It's a 3-star. You know what I mean? It's like it's the staff. That's what's bringing them back. So please, if you are watching this, like I said, I doubt it. Remember that. That's what's bringing them back. Because I know one of the bartenders that we like. We were just there like 6 months ago, and we came back and he's gone. It was like, oh man, it was so disappointing. I mean, I understand, they have to move on to bigger, better things. But I mean, I just, I really hope the resorts realize, how important it is, to keep their staff, because I think at the end of the day, that's what brings a lot of people back. Because there's a lot of places you can go in Jamaica. And I know in the month of September, the prices are super good. I mean, this resort and the Rio was a $20 difference, but we knew how Montego was, so we figured, Cornwall would be a little better. But and it was, they're both good. If it come down to dollars, I would definitely stay on the Montego side because, you get all the advantages of going to the Cornwall. But yeah, so I mean, the other thing too is, when it comes to kids, they don't have a kids club. You got to remember it's a small resort. They did offer face painting. There was some small kids there, a little too young for school. So I mean, they did that. And then when it came to the music, they were careful when there was kids around. some of the songs out now today, they're not very appropriate, but they kept an eye on that, which I thought that was really cool, But like I said, overall, we had a really good time. I really hope that you found this video helpful, and I'm hoping that if you do book here, you'll let me know that, hey, we stayed and you were right. Like I said, everybody's different. The last time I did a review of Montego Bayside, people, commented, oh, the food was horrible, the rooms are, everybody's different. On the week we were here, it was great. I can't, promise anybody that it'd be the same, but, I'd bet that it would be. And, at the end of the day, too, there are people you just can't please. They go out looking for things to complain about. If I wanted to do a video on every place that I've ever stayed and said, hey, I'm going to find all the things I can complain about, I'm sure I can fill a video with complaints, because this place is not perfect. I've yet to go to a perfect resort. And for the money too, it's like, what more do you want? I mean, this is really a good deal. Hopefully with Wyndham putting money into it, hopefully it doesn't drive us out of here, with price, but we'll keep coming back. I mean, one of the hard things, like I said in another video, was, it's Jamaica is just so beautiful, and there's so many different parts of the island that I want to travel to. So it's hard to keep coming back for the same place because you'll never see what else is out there. But this will be my in-between place. But yeah, so hopefully, like I said, if you did find this video helpful, please subscribe. That would really help me, and it shows, it encourages me. So I want to thank you in advance. Hey, and if you have already subscribed to me, I really do appreciate it. I get excited when I say, oh gee, another subscriber. To me, it's the greatest feeling. But even if people don't subscribe, I'm going to still make videos, because this is what I enjoy to do. And at the end of the day, I hope it's helpful to some. My other videos on our trips, they're kind of silly, but what I'm trying to do is show that you can have a good time. You know what I mean? And I also want to encourage anybody that's never traveled to travel. You only live once. Life is short. We don't know what's tomorrow's going to bring. If you get a chance, go. And if you really want it to go, you will find a way. There's a lot of options. But anyways, I'll end it there. And like I said, hopefully you found this helpful. And and once again, please subscribe. And maybe I'll see you someday at some of the resorts. Until then, thank you very much.